Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. Of course, this is Scandal Season 6, Episode 12, Mercy. Now, it starts off with Olivia. She's in bed with Fitz, looking over like, okay, yeah, this was nice, but back to work. So she goes and she's talking to her father, because her father's basically next door, and he's having breakfast. He has a nice, breakfast spread, has scones, has croissants, has, what else? Has everything. And he has his morning paper. What he doesn't have is his freedom. He's like, okay, this is cute and all, but I kind of want to leave. Olivia's saying, no, you're not going anywhere. Fitz comes in right behind her and says, yeah, this is cute, but always remember, he goes, kisses Olivia, and I'm thinking, Lord, this isn't going to last. I'm like, that was cute for the last episode, but I'm already kind of over this, even though I'm okay with the relationship as long as Olivia's back to fixing stuff. As soon as that stops happening, Litz can die. Because at this point, I'm like, look, I just want Olivia to fix stuff. That's what I actually care about. And, Fitz, like I said, he's over it. He's kind of looking at this like, excuse me, sir, because Papa Pope's saying, look, it's time for me to go. You guys don't know what you're doing. You can't protect me. I'm going to go and die in here. So I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Zanzibar. I want to go anywhere except for here. And he tries to leave. Fitz's team of security says, you're not going anywhere. Fitz says, let's make this very clear. I remember that you killed my son. So you have two options. These people can knock you out and put you back in your room, or you can go and sit down and continue to eat breakfast. So Papa Pope, he sits down and he's like, get me out of here. I said, Papa Pope, I'm this close to being done with you, so stop it. Abby, she's having PTSD over all the stuff that's happening, even though most of it's her fault. Not, this is going to happen anyway, but she helped aid in it. So, Abby, don't worry. I still feel a certain way about Red. Trust and believe. But right now, I'm a sensible person, so I take these episodes and people by case episode by the most part point. Now, Abby was rude to Leo. Now, Leo, he never really irked me. I just kind of always wondered what was his purpose. But I don't think I have a problem with Leo. Yeah, I'm glad to see Leo. I feel bad for him. I said, he's in an abusive relationship. Abby is emotionally abusive and unavailable. And it's so unattractive. I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, why? And she's so rude. I get it. All that stuff happened. But come on, Abby. Come on, Red. This is partially your fault. So let's stop the mess. Frankie Vargas' wife, we're going to learn her name by the next episode. She's doing these interviews on how Cyrus is robbed. At the end of the day, Millie might be president, but she wasn't voted in. The people didn't vote for her. At least with Cyrus, they voted for Frankie. And Frankie his ideas will have lived on within Cyrus. Excuse me. This is an interesting little segment. Huck is talking to Charlie, and Charlie's just like, look, I know that you and Quinn have some weird cozy relationship. I don't get it. I don't know why. It's not realistic. It pisses me off. It irritates me, and I'm irked. I just want you to know that I see what's going on here. I'm not as blind as people think I am. I said, it's about time, Charlie, because it took you too many episodes to figure that out. Now, David Rosen, I always like to call him by his full name, David Rosen, is out in the woods with Jake, and Jake wants him to say his goodbyes to Liz, because remember, he actually knew Liz, and Jake's just saying, look, this is how things go. You need to still go and act buddy-buddy with your girl. David's trying to go and figure out, how many people did you go and bury? I said, David, that's above your pay grade. Stop it. Stop it. You don't need to know all this stuff. This is a by-case basis. Millie's talking to Sarah, and, one of the poo-poo heads, doo-doo heads and poo-poo heads, what is her name? Puis? Whatever. I don't really care. Long story short, the invaders. That's what I'm calling them, the invaders. So the female invader, she's like, look, I'm your chief of staff, and Millie's saying, here are my demands. Here are the things I want to do. You? This isn't for discussion? This is for discussion? Oh, that was cute. You don't know. Here's how this actually works. She's your new assistant. And she's on our payroll as well. At the end of the day, we have demands. Here's what we're going to do. We need you to get rid of Jake. Jake has to go. Why? Jake has to go because at the end of the day, We're not controlling him. He was the necessary means to an end, but now he has to go. Next thing we know, we see the male invader. What's his name? Roland? Roland? No. Yeah, Theodore. Yeah, Theodore Pass. So Theodore's there, and Theodore has the audacity to tell Olivia, you need to get rid of Jake. Excuse me? You have to have Jake resign because here's how this works. We have evidence saying that Jake did this, cleaned up the death of Elizabeth North, and we will release it. Olivia said, go for it. Go. This is exactly what we wanted. We want Millie out of that White House. They will never let her VP of all people go and do something like that and keep her in. Then you'll be out. And he said, hold up. Hold. Here's how this actually works. Jake will die. You will die. This isn't for discussion, Olivia. You aren't in control of this. I said, Huck, get him. Huck, get. I know you're still recovering. You can take this guy. I know you can take this. Get him. Because he's a little too close. He's a little too cocky. Olivia is saying, look, I'm a boss. I do boss things. I make boss moves. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to stop me. You're not going to get me. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Hello? It's not going to happen. Olivia now talks to Jake because she was telling Huck, I have no idea how we're going to handle this. You need to resign. There were a million things that I was thinking of, ways that we can go and handle this, but there's only one. You need to resign, you need to quit. At the end of the day, you can protect Millie again as, what was he before? Communications, or head of the DOA again? Whatever. In one of those roles, and she's like, you can watch her from afar. Jake's kind of over it, but Jake's just like, you know what, we're a team. If this is what you want, then this is what we'll do. Quinn is reluctantly having to work with Abby again because Abby's slowly going to wiggle her way back into the team. Abby's talking about how her relationship's in shambles and how she's mean to her boyfriend, even though it's not his fault, because he was thinking that it was his fault. If I did anything that was wrong, I was sorry. I said, it's not you, it's her. Don't ever apologize for having a trash girlfriend. Don't ever do that. Huck goes, and he's listening to Quinn babble on, like you guys are listening to me babble on. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so. Quinn's talking about where's Charlie, I don't know what's going on. Huck's trying to pretend like he doesn't know where Charlie is, because he doesn't. But the other factor is that Charlie, he's hurt, and so he's gone MIA. Now there's this press conference being done by Fitz, and by Jake, and Jake is resigning. Cyrus had that look of, wait a minute, what? Marcus has to go and smooth things out while they figure out what's going to happen next. We see Sarah, she's with David Rosen, and David's just like, oh man, it's crazy what happened. And with Liz gone, yeah, how'd that woman go and just disappear? It's crazy, right? And he was like, yeah, some people just shirking on their responsibilities. But, I have a busy day. Love you too. I said, David Rosen, do not mess this up. Do not mess this up. Remember, he's keeping tabs on her. So I said, uh-oh, they have a game plan. He calls and says, all right, she's just left. Now Sarah's briefing Millie, and Millie just has to go, oh, okay, if this is what we're going to do. Now, Sarah comes in. She's like, oh my God, it's such an honor to meet you. Fitz says, cut it. I already know who you are. I already know that you're trash. And I need to make sure that we get rid of you. But what's going on? She said, that's great, because I didn't want to go out to do this fake formalities, since you know that you're not the one in charge, since you think that you're a boss. I said, oh, she's doing too much talking. Something's about to happen. She's doing too much talking. Something's about to happen. Then we have Secret Service come in, and they grab everyone. They yoke up everyone. Take off your shoes. Hurry up, let's go. And the reason why is because there was a threat. So now Sarah is separated. She's with Abby. They're placed in like one of the prisoner bunkers, and so then Millie's just like, what's going on? They put her into this room, and they was like, okay, Millie, come on, catch up to speed. Olivia's there, Marcus is there, David Rosen is there, Cyrus is there, and even Jake is there. Why? Their goal is to figure out how to get Millie out of this conundrum that she's in, how to save her. She's like, where's my kids? The kids are being protected by the Secret Service. Come on, catch up, catch up. She's like, okay, so what's going on? What's the game plan? There's this drone. There's an unidentified drone, and yes, it was done by Pope and Associates. So the White House technically has no idea what's going on. So this is an official decree, an official act. You know, security did this on their own. And Huck is, of course, monitoring it. Quinn is still asking him questions about Charlie, and Huck is just like, hello, we have a job to do? We have a job to do, stop it. So they need to keep it up in the air long enough to go and trick people. And then it went back down, so now they'll go and do the bomb scene because it's holding a package. So they have to approach it very carefully. They have to approach it very carefully anyway. But you know what I mean. Now Millie's trying to figure out, okay, what's the game plan? What are we trying to do? And they're trying to figure out what angle they can use. The angle that they're going to use is Papa Pope. Yes, Papa Pope. Cyrus is looking like, oh, hey. And it was like, catch you up to speed. We're going to use this man. Why? I killed Frankie Vargas. If Cyrus had a gun, Papa Pope would be dead. Actually, this is Papa Pope we're talking about, so the gun probably wouldn't have been loaded, and he would have magically had it in his own hands and probably shot Cyrus. But you know what I mean. Cyrus had that look of, you killed Frankie? Everyone else was like, oh, catching you up to speed. You've been out of the loop for a while, haven't you? But now they need to go and use him. And Papa Pope loves it. At least it's like, we need your help. He said, no, I want to hear it from him. As far as Fitz, Millie's looking like, the man that killed our son? Okay. Fitz, and how they had the camera angle where it was higher up, Papa Pope was higher up, and it was from the vantage point, the viewpoint of Fitz, you know, technically in real life. I said, oh my god, someone go and kill him. Someone go and kill Papa Pope. Like, I appreciate him. His services are no longer required because he's just irking me. He says, oh, okay, so Fitz says, you know what? You are a tactical genius. You are this, you are that. You are the second coming of Jesus, and we need your help. We need your help. He said, no. Just like I knew he would. Papa Pope, I knew it. He's going to be petty that way. And Olivia's trying to go and smooth things over. Papa Pope isn't listening. And it's just like, wait a minute, why? But before that happens, an argument erupts. And Cyrus is irritated. Cyrus is like, well, if it wasn't for Millie trying to run, then this would have never happened. I said, no. This is going to happen regardless, whether it was Millie or someone else. So let's stop it. Let's stop it. These people knew what they were doing. But he's trying to blame it on Millie, really because he wanted to be president. Let's be real. Cyrus wants to be president so bad that his entire goal, his mission in life, mind you, is to be president. It's what he's always aspired to be. Millie said, oh, I have the opportunity to do so, I'm taking it. Millie goes and flips it, and then talks about, wait a minute, oh, if it wasn't for Defiance, none of this would have happened. She said that first, but you know what I mean. Everyone's looking at her like, why would you, and you expect to be president with those loose lips? Because Marcus says, what is Defiance? Listen, never mind. Papa Pope says, I don't care. You are all, because Fist was like, be quiet, enough. Papa Pope said, you are all worthless. All of you. All of you. All of you in the room are worthless. Every last one of you. Useless. You can't do anything. You really think that you're something special. The only reason why, especially the only reason why you're here is because your daughter begged me to save you. I said, don't, Fitz, you don't want to do that. That was stupid. Fitz, you said, that does not, Pope says, I respect you. You arrested your son's killer. And you did it because you wanted a cheap thrill with my daughter? You essentially treated her as a hooker? She gave you what you wanted, so then you gave her something in return? Just not in cash? I said, ooh. You might as well throw dollar bills at her floor, on the floor, at her feet. Fitz was over it. Fitz was ready to jump. James was like, don't do it. It's not worth it. He'll kill you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Papa Pope said, here's how this works. None of you are... All of you want to be bad and bougie so bad. When all y'all are trash and dookie. That's it. You don't want to be bad and bougie so bad. But y'all trash. Y'all trash. You can't do anything. You're worthless. I hear this. None of this is important. I want to live, so I'm gonna go. Because there's nothing you guys can do. I mean, you just proved it. There's nothing you guys can do for me, or even for yourselves. So if you don't mind, after I'm done telling you about yourselves, I'm just going to walk out of here. Alright, thank you, bye. I said, yes, Papa Pope, bye. Even though you weren't necessarily wrong, I don't know why. I'm tired of the long speeches, so I was so happy when he walked out of there. And then Olivia said, alright, everyone take a 5. I said, excuse me, so, Shonda, you had this black father, this grown black man, tell all these people about themselves. Then you had Olivia tell them, okay, now you can leave the room. Oh my God. All these black people in power. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Now, everyone's like, oh my God, it's the bomb threat, the bomb threat. Cyrus goes and he visits Papa Pope because he tells him, you know, I want to show you something. Fitz apparently downstairs in the cellar. Now it has a lot of wine. Instead, because it used to be like a hair salon or something of that nature, and he's just like, okay, you want to have a drink? And it's like, oh my gosh, you know me so well, thank you. I said, there's an ulterior motive, come on now. David Rose is talking to Fitz and talk about how in relationships, these women, we love these women with power, it's intoxicating, and it's just too much. I said, your situation's a little different than Fitz. Fitz said, look, we love these women. We can't be with plain Janes. We need someone who will chase. We need someone who will challenge us. We need someone who are bosses that are at least our equals, if not better. I said, I know that's right. I said, I know that's right. So when Fitz said, look, don't worry about loving who you love. As long as you love her and you feel that special thing about her, then that's all you need to focus on. Fitz, that's great, but you don't know his life. You have no idea that he's in cahoots with the enemy, truly with the enemy. Fitz is so, oh Lord, poor Fitz. Now, Cyrus is going, and he's talking about how it's us, it's always been us. I respect you so much because, well, you know, Papa Pope and Cyrus are talking back and forth. Oh, I respect you so much because you get me. You understand it. The power, being around all these people who want things and they don't deserve it. They haven't earned it. And it's us. We're both equally yoked. We like similar things. I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Something's off here. Someone's dropping their guard. But why? Or at least it's supposed to appear like someone's going to drop their guard in this situation. This is too buddy-buddy. I said, oh Lord. If they try and kill off Papa Pope and use Cyrus to do it, I'll be pissed. Cyrus? Are you kidding me? Him? Cyrus has that wine bottle opener. He goes, while Papa Pope is talking, has his back turned. I said, Papa Pope is way too smart for this. There's that little teeny bit, what are you going to stab him in the eye? In the pinky? With that teeny little knife. It was like that. I said, Cyrus, come on, you need to do better. You need to do better. Papa Pope said, because Cyrus tried to stab him. Papa Pope said, who you try to stab? Oh, nada. You really think that he broke that bottle? Boom! You really think you're gonna try me? Cyrus said, I needed him. Who? Frankie Vargas. You killed him. He was a good man. He was better than all of us. And when Papa Pope was walking away, he said, he was better than all of us, and you killed him. Congratulations. You played yourself. Oh, okay. I wish that's what he said. Maybe I need to go and start writing myself. Jake has a conversation with Olivia. Olivia is trying to figure out the next game plan. Jake is saying, you know, it's over, Olivia, it's done for. But anyway, all that doesn't matter. So why don't you start sleeping with Fitz? Because that's all I really care about. Why don't you start sleeping with Fitz? When did this relationship become a thing again? Olivia, you're just so twisted. It's all about you. I said, okay, even though that's true, I want to hear this from you, Jake. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You and Fitz, that is the the textbook example of insanity. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? She said, look, why am I going to listen to someone who's just so love-struck over me? Someone who doesn't have a life of their own? Someone who's just so pathetic, weak, has no spine? I said, keep going, because you're right. You're right. And she's like, Jake, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Yes, you did. You sure did. Don't take that back. That's what I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear. Now, Millie, she's having a moment. Marcus comes and consoles her, and she's like, I'm fine. No, Millie was feeling, oh, I don't know. Maybe Cyrus is right. Maybe I shouldn't have gone. He said, stop it, Millie. This is you we're talking about. You are competitive. You want to win. Why would you ever go and throw away the opportunity to become the President of the United States? That's not you. You did exactly what you need to do. You are in control. You are the President-elect. They look to you now for leadership. Act like a boss. Act like a boss. Like a boss. Boss. Not like a chump. Like a boss. Come on now. Stop it. So she was like, oh, okay. You have to figure out this whole VP thing too. What are you going to do? Cyrus was looking at, he was looking at the president, what was that, Theodore Roosevelt? Teddy Roosevelt? I don't know. He was looking at the president, and he just felt a certain way. I think he was sort of like, dang, I was this close to becoming the president, and I lost it all. I lost it all, and I just don't, I can't. I just can't. So now, they're trying to figure out what their game plan is, while Sarah, she's going and berating Abby, saying, hello, you're the chief of staff. You're the chief of staff, and yet you're telling me that you can tell these men to get out, but you tell me that you can't go make things happen. You tell me you can't go in communication with the President of the United States. What's wrong with you? Why can't you do your job? I said, she sure is doing it, and finally, I'm like, Red, keep distracting her. Keep distracting her, and all may be forgiven someday in a parallel universe. No. Never. Anyway. Jake is just like, look, we need to go and push back. I said, again, is Jake saying something that makes sense? No, that can't be, that can't be. So then they were like, Jake, we're just going to have to go and give it up. We don't have any time left. They already gone and realized it's not a bomb. They're going to let down the lockdown in any moment. Melanie comes in and says, why can't we push back? And you know what? I'm going to push back by choosing my own vice president. And she went over to Cyrus and said, if you want to do it, it's yours. Cyrus, I choose you. Cyrus said, no. And the reason why he said no was because he wants to be president. He doesn't want to be vice. He's not playing those games anymore. So now that the job is officially over, Quinn wants to go and hang out with Huck. I said, oh Lord, if they go and start developing a love interest, there was a beeping noise on the monitor, and that was Charlie's location. Huck's just like, look, I found Charlie. So here we have a bigger question, because Charlie is concerned about our relationship, and he feels like there's something more to it than there actually is. So are you going to hang out with me, or are you going to go and find your fiance and make good with him? So she goes and finds Charlie. He was going, oh, I actually felt bad. He was sulking in the car, not crying, but he was eating his feelings. He was eating that burger. And she said, look, Hub told me everything, and here's the thing. I love you. I love you, and it's not about making it work. Even though she loves Huck, and when something happens to him, she freaked out. She bugged out, understandably. But the love that she has for Huck, it is different. And she's going to love Huck. She's always going to be there to defend him. They're like this. But she doesn't want to marry Huck. It's not the same type of love that she has for Huck that she has for Charlie. And she wants Charlie to know that. She's committed to him and to only him. He is the alpha to her omega. I said, oh, this is cute. She kisses him while he's eating that burger. I said, oh, because then she got some of it on their mouth. They continued kissing. I said, Now again, Sarah's going, just like, wait a minute. Why are they giving us a recap of what happened? We already know. We will live in it. Why is this lockdown over? Abby was like, 3, 2, 1. No, I'm kidding. Melly came on TV and she announced who her vice president is. It needs to be someone pure, someone with great intentions, someone that people will like, someone that people will trust. And I said, dang, it's no one in that room. It was no one in that original room. But then I said, wait a minute. If it's no one in the room, who can it be? Because Olivia's just like, we got it. We got them. We going. She chose Frankie Vargas' wife. I said, oh my God. This is the smartest. Is she gonna get the American people to go on her side because they didn't elect her? They elected Frankie Vargas and his ideals. And if Cyrus can't be the president, then his wife. Oh my. Seal it, get it, good, done. I don't care if she's a politician or not. I mean, if Donald Trump could be elected, but his wife certainly could have been elected. I will vote for her in a second. So then, now, Cersei's like, oh, so now this was the plan all along. Olivia comes walking through like, hey, oh, Olivia, it's so nice to finally meet you. Well, anyway, here's what you, here's how this actually works. You see this here? This is a jail. You're in prison. You're a prisoner. Welcome to your new home. I'm so glad that you were played, and I mean, it's beautiful. Boys, cuff them. Cuff her. Because you're going to need to enjoy this. You thought that you were going to mess with Olivia Pope. You messed with the wrong one. You really messed with the wrong one. It's so sad. It's so sad. How dare you? And then she said something else kind of corny. But I have to give it to her. She said, you can't take Olivia Pope down. Olivia Pope takes you down. You don't mess with Olivia. Olivia messes with you. So now it's Operation Secure the White House. And it's just like, alright, game on. You ready for this? Because I got your back. That's what Abby was saying. I said, okay, you might have my back, but I'm going to be looking back there like, oh, you still good? Oh, we still on the same team? Oh, we still riding dirty together? Okay. You sure? Are you sure? Because if you're not, let me know. Trust. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. I'm glad that they're kind of trying to wrap this all up within this season, because if they drag this mess out, I would have been more than